Let's get to CBS 13's Madisen Keavy now, who had a one-on-one with the Sacramento police chief.
Yeah, and some new social media videos show more than just what happened there at the scene, Madisen.
Right. Yeah, those social media videos are crucial to this investigation. Sacramento police say they've got nearly 200 pieces of evidence from the community, mostly photos and videos, not just showing the moments at the scene after that shooting, but also showing the hours before.
Stop playing with me, though.
A live stream video obtained by CBS 13 shows DeAndre Martin, Smiley Martin, and Joshua Hoy Lucchesi, one of the 6 victims in Sunday's mass shooting. We learned it was taken at an apartment complex, and in the video, Smiley points a gun to the camera, and you can hear the group talk about going to a club. In the very same live stream video, you can also hear Sacramento police. They're in the area on Saturday night looking for missing siblings, an 8- and 10-year-old. Officers passed the group, who we now know to be involved in the shooting, much later that night. But a witness told CBS 13's Valina Jones that they called 911 to report the group. Police confirmed that 911 call, and in it, it was reported that there was a disturbance and talks of a possible fight, but no physical altercation was happening. The Sacramento Police Department responded at 10:10, and a Sacramento police spokesperson confirmed after our interview with Chief Kathy Lester that there was no indication of illegal activity. In my one-on-one with the chief today, I asked her about that video, about those 911 calls, and about the investigation, and here's part of our conversation. From what you've gathered so far, can you walk us through in your own words what happened?
We are still really trying to find that out. I have those questions just as much as the public does. I think we all want to know what happened. What I can say is that this is really a complicated scene and really complex. And what is helping us figure those things out is abundance of video and information that we're getting from witnesses. So I don't have those answers yet, but we're certainly working towards piecing it together, because I think it's really going to be important for the public to understand how this happened, why it happened. Motive has been a question, for since the very beginning of this, and so we're certainly trying to put that information together, because I think people, once they know and once we know, it can help us understand the incident better.
So we verified a video hours before the shooting that involved the 2 Martin brothers suspects, as well as one of the victims, Joshua Hoy Lucchesi. Has your department been made aware of that video? Have you been able to review that video?
Yes, I know that we have that video, and our investigative team, our detectives, are working on that, as well as numerous other videos that have been submitted.
So in that video, in talking to witnesses that were there that day, they did call 911. Are you aware of multiple 911 calls about that particular group on that night?
We're actually looking into that because of that video, and that again is a piece of our investigation, and as soon as we can provide more information on that, we'll certainly share, as long as it doesn't compromise the investigation.
How has what has happened last Sunday impacted you and the department in this many days?
Right. Well, there's a lot of emotions, I think, around it. And you're right. I've been here for a long time. And so, we have recognized the issue of gun violence and what a challenge that is for our community. So number one, I just have to say how sorry I am for all of the victims and the families that are having to suffer through this act of violence, because I think sometimes we forget about that on these big incidents.
Now, I also asked the chief if there was a missed opportunity that Saturday night when Sacramento police officers were in that area where that video was being live streamed for a completely different situation. She says that's part of a bigger conversation that's not just with Sacramento police, but also, taking those questions to the DA's office as well, specifically on how some of those individuals who should not have had firearms showed in the video that they did in fact have firearms.